this is what it is with Shabazz and St. Peter's as well, but it's a little more, and there's a little more in this mix here, right? You know, our viewers has watched Nas sit here and wish 1-9 all the way to the end on St. Peter's. And that was frustrating to the St. Peter's faithful, because it was like Nas was able to talk crap absent of accountability, right? It's like, you know, we can't hold you accountable, so it's easy to do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And they felt the way about that, so they loved nothing more. The day Nas was announced on Zone 6 as a head coach, congratulations. Justin, to tell you, he got calls like, set it up. Once the coin toss go up and that ball kick off, they are going to be trying to kill each other. But the interesting dynamic in it is like they cousins, right? All of the parents gonna know each other. Everybody probably gonna eat with each other, laugh with each other, drink with each other, and then it's gonna kick off. And it's gonna be about, quiet as kept, we showed up here to humiliate you. You need to know that's bulletin board material in every locker room.
And if you feel any way, please charge it to my brain and not my heart.
Of course, everyone wants that Notre Dame job. Everyone wants to be on NBC in prime time every week of guaranteed games.
When you make decisions going into your high school or transferring from your high school, those are big decisions that will affect the rest of your life. Welcome to part 2 of Keep It a Buck, where we're going to discuss this week's games, our new rankings, if anybody has made any movements, and some predictions on who's going to win this week's games. All right, so we'll start at our number 10, which is Rancocas Valley versus Eastside.
Camden Eastside?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
What you thinking, Jess?
I'm going with Rancocas Valley. I'm going with Rancocas.
I'm gonna go with Rancocas Valley as well.
I don't know anything about both of them. I won't sit here.
I would expect Camden Eastside to have some real
expect them to be tough.
They have athletes, but like I said, Rancocas, they have athletes as well. You know, even though I've seen the athletes, I talked about athletes about Millville being our event. Rancocas was at that same event, but I'm gonna support the guys that I've seen.
So the question is, if Eastside beats Rancocas, do we put them on our top 10?
You're getting a bubble.
Bubble.
Because not for nothing,
What
we
are
gotta
they
talk.
right
Shabazz is on the bubble too. You know, they just put up 52.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about that game, but
All right.
Nas, we need you, brother.
Let's be clear. Nas is going 0-30 right now. He was supposed to. He's the head coach, and wasn't even at the Zone 6 Classic yesterday, right? He's not at work today, so Nas is on the low. He's not gonna try to pop out because he don't want to be quoted. He don't want no bulletin board material.
You know, as we were talking, as we're sitting here, and I'm writing down different notes, I'm like, wait a minute. This is the prep week.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Wait, what's going on here? We might have to shoot a mid-week, but then they're both coaches. They're going to be practicing. So we need a late night midweek session, maybe over at Fast Break, and get Hansen and Nas up there so we could put it out there for the
maybe
people.
It's been a
Like
long
on a Zoom or something.
It's been a long.
They gotta give us
it's
something.
been a long time, and when I say a long time, I'm talking about Instagram Live. I remember it was like Brick City.
COVID. That's COVID.
Yeah, it was.
COVID.
Yeah, it was.
5 years ago. That's when Nolan and Silk City. Yeah,
it was.
And all of them was
That
free.
week, the numbers of the live of how many people that was watching it. I can't remember the last time I've been on live with someone else, right? But the promo for that game, and you know, I think they got smoked that day. But we might have to go back to that Instagram Live midweek. You know, treat it like college football. We need that middle of the week media day, Wednesday or whatever day it is.
I feel like we got to do something. We got to do something for the people. So I know you're not here, brother, and we hope whatever you're taking care of, getting ready for this week. But we need some action. We promised the people action. Hansen, you too. We need to see you on like Wednesday.
I'm telling you right now, I'm more surprised that Nas is ducking. Don't really want to put no. I'm not saying he's ducking St. Peter's, but he's ducking being himself. You know, Nas talk that talk. Hansen want to come talk. Hansen wants to talk.
I don't think Nas is ducking the talk. I think I do see, even in last week's show, an evolution in Nas, and he's a head coach. He sees what this does, I think, to the mental of the people, the kids, the everybody, and energy is everything. But Big Body's gonna be Big Body. I'm not
Yeah,
worried about it.
but again, like I want the people to understand how this is the hottest ticket in the town.
It is. We talking about it. We're at
talking
number
about-
10. I just want. This is so hot that we're at number 10. We didn't even get to St. Peter's and Shabazz yet, and we're talking about it.
Let's get to 9. Let's get to 9.
Let's get to 9.
Let's get to 9, and hopefully by the time we get to 6, we get a phone call back.
Yeah. Okay. So number 9 is Ramapo versus Ridgewood.
Oh man.
Ramapo. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going Ramapo.
Ramapo. I'm gonna go Ramapo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ramapo as well.
Ramapo.
I think Casey Grusser is gonna have a really good game for sure. I'm not sure who's home and away, but when Ramapo and Ridgewood play each other, crowd wise, it's pretty good turnout, pretty good energy for sure. I've been to one of those games before.
Okay. Glassboro versus Penns Grove. I'm going Glassboro. I'm not really familiar with Penns Grove. Maybe you guys can give me some insight.
I'm going Glassboro.
That's gonna be a game. I really believe it's gonna be a game because Penns Grove has been known to have some guys too, you know. But I'm hedging my bets. I know what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make sure my record is where it needs to be towards the end. So I'm gonna stick with the household brand. We're gonna go with Glassboro.
Absolutely, I feel you. St. Augustine versus Cherokee. That would be next. So, I watched Cherokee last year, and I don't know if they have a lot of moving pieces, but
This is who?
St. Augustine.
First, I'm
Versus
gonna go.
Cherokee.
I can easily see Cherokee beat them, but I'm gonna go with St. Augustine.
I feel like I'm gonna go with St. Augustine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with St. Augustine as well, but it will be a pretty it'll be
Ohio State commit on the D line there, you know.
definitely the game won't be. I don't think it'll be anything outside of 10 points, anywhere between 10 and 14 points. But I'm gonna go with St. Augustine.
Okay. All right, so we're all the same. I'll find out. I'll see if I can get Nas's picks just so he won't be too far behind. Also, and now we get to our number 16, which is St. Peter's, who is playing Shabazz.
So I'm gonna give some of St. Peter's the people an opportunity because this game, like I said, like they want this game. You know, we talk about public versus private. We talked about even when we just had Union City versus St. Peter's, it was more of Union City taking on the challenge. This is what it is with Shabazz and St. Peter's as well, but it's a little more, and there's a little more in this mix here, right? You know, our viewers has watched Nas sit here and wish 1-9 all the way to the end on St. Peter's. And that was frustrating to the St. Peter's faithful because it was like Nas was able to talk crap absent of accountability, right? It's like, you know, we can't hold you accountable, so it's easy to do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And they felt the way about that, so they loved nothing more. The day Nas was announced on Zone 6 as a head coach, congratulations. Justin, to tell you, he got calls like, set it up. Set it. It wasn't congratulations, but set it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely for sure. I think you know, I'm not gonna downplay it. It's gonna be packed.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be packed, and you know, take your time as far as trying to get. You don't even have to rush your kickoff. Not to 7:30. Enjoy the tailgate. We got something special coming to y'all too on Friday night.
Is this what?
Hold
you
on, let me
had
try to
for
bring.
Turkey
I'm
the
bringing in
last-
some
the
St.
last
Peter's
one?
people. Hold on.
Okay.
So, you live on Keep It a Buck, man. We just attempted to reach out to Rich Hansen via FaceTime. You know, Nas via FaceTime. Haven't been able to get him, but I'm on the show trying to tell the people what this game is, right? Because on paper it just seems like public versus private, small school versus big school. But why do you think that St. Peter's is excited about this opportunity?
I think it's a lot of history there. I mean, a lot of people that probably don't know, Coach Nas was, both of his boys came through St. Peter's Prep. He was like a prep guy. And then like watching him kind of, you know, veer off into the public school, you know, realm, and now he's leading Shabazz. So it was kind of like, it's a lot of that type of history, I would say, more personal. But I think Prep as a whole, they're excited because, I mean, a lot of people counted them out. They've been kind of the underdogs for the last couple of seasons. So it's like now, we're here.
Okay, so you believe it's more about them being an underdog than it is having to sit up there and watch big body Coach Nas wish them a 1-9 season and make sure he commented on it every week. Like that don't play no part. Let's keep it a buck, not keep it stuck. So we not allowed to do that.
I mean, now that you said that, yeah, he coined the phrase 1-9.
So y'all gonna take
it. St. Peter's.
Y'all gonna take Route 1-9 on down to Keene and
right on down to Keene.
Right down to Keene.
And see, he's gonna see what it's hitting for.
Can I get a score prediction?
Score prediction. I'm gonna say.
Keep it a buck, don't keep it stuck.
Oh, score prediction.
You nameless right now, so you can talk how you want to talk, because we ain't even put a name on the character.
Damn. I'm gonna say like 42-7. I'm gonna keep it conservative.
Nah, keep it, bro.
All right.
Alright.
I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to Shabazz, they already, they fan base is hype.
I know. We gotta.
They were underdog in the West Orange game. They got a road win, right? Anytime you're undefeated in football, both teams going into this game 2-0. I might have to reach out to Raj Baraka. We might have to, get some people, to post it. Get some buses, down the Keene.
Yeah, they need some.
Yeah, no, this is a big deal.
They need some good publicity right now.
First ever, we discussed some wrinkles we want to add to this game. But
Kiara will post it this week.
As you can hear, right, St. Peter's is not bashful about why they want this game, and that's a scary thing when the big fish is looking for you. Usually the little fish is like, I'm hunting the big fish because I need his head. Oh, big fish is looking for big body. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved for him to be here, but obviously he's not here for a reason. He's not accepting calls, nothing right now.
I think, like you said, Nas is laying low right now, but when those buses pull up to Union, New Jersey, to the campus of Keene University, and one person say something, whether it's a fan, whether it's a player, whether it's anyone, it's that rah-rah, that pregame gonna be different. When I say different, stay tuned. Hopefully, we got some announcements. Just know Zone 6 is bringing some bells and whistles.
Y'all always do. I'm excited.
Just know Keep It a Buck will be there, but we ain't gonna tell you what's gonna happen exactly.
Different.
But just know that big screen at Keene will be utilized as well, and we will have an unbelievable turnout for the event. I think Shabazz might have for their student section. They might get a new student section name or something.
They might I know they'll have the band out.
All the time.
The Bazzies.
But usually everybody just chill, walk around at the games, no, they gonna be just like you see Boswell Bergens. They gonna be in the stands.
You see the goosebumps on my arm right now?
Too.
Because and that's why I want the people to know how big this game is, because although like once the coin toss go up and that ball kick off, they are going to be trying to kill each other. But the interesting dynamic in it is like they cousins, right? All of the parents gonna know each other. Everybody probably gonna eat with each other, laugh with each other, drink with each other, and then it's gonna kick off, and it's gonna be about quiet as kept. We showed up here to humiliate you. Both teams is gonna feel like that. We showed up here to humiliate you, and I know Nas want to keep it cute.
No,
Hansen don't want to keep it cute. I'm telling you now.
I got a statement from Nas. I got a comment from Nas. I asked him did he want to say anything, and his statement is right here. He said, "God bless America."
You know.
But I do know we did get what we talked about, I believe, 2 episodes ago. The cameras will be rolling. They will be inside the locker room.
Okay.
Right? We have consent from both schools. Of course, they have to review the film. So anything that does go out to the public, the schools will review first. But we have all access for this game, and we're gonna try to get you the best content possible. From this, and also this week I'm gonna shoot some stuff.
Is this Keep It a Buck?
For sure, man. We got you live. You the second.
Call number 2.
Caller number 2.
Let me clear my throat, walk away.
So y'all can tell this St. Peter's Shabazz thing is really a thing, bro. Like,
We need some Shabazz people.
Listen,
Pick a call.
I woke up this morning, Lenny, and saying, "Where's the?" Because it's too quiet out here. Nasir Gaines is finally finding some humbleness in his body, okay? Because his sister and himself, they're going back and forth, okay? And it's a constant battle. So Nasir Gaines speaks to me today and say, "Damn, it's bad when you gotta kill your own."
Ooh.
And I thought about that. I was like, wow, that's a profound statement. Because I think I saw a movie between Belly and a couple of those movies back in the early 2000s. I think that was quoted. But Lenny, you would know more, coming from Spring Valley.
New Jack City when Nino Brown had to take out G Money.
See, there it is. There it is.
So for our viewers, we want to bring y'all up to speed. The woman you just heard speak is like a sister to Nas Gaines, and she's a St. Peter's, she's a St. Peter's supporter, and her and Nas are super close, brother and sister, and they're on different sides of the aisle for this. Her son plays for St. Peter's. He's the kid that Nas made reference to last week when he said they coming for him, which is his nephew. So like I said, this game has a lot of different turns to it. Like, it will be a blood sport, but it's funny because they're family at the end. What do you think this game means to St. Peter's?
Well, this game, whether St. Peter's, meaning myself, say it or not, this game means a lot because I just remember a couple years ago, and I named it, I coined it, the Bloody Spring. 2 years ago, we had like 9 starters leave St. Peter's Prep, and I'm not saying what happened, but Coach Nas Oliver took over and everything, and the kids loved it, and he was beloved, and they put a great staff together over there. And in my heart of hearts, I have zero proof. I am definitely freestyling. Fans, I'm freestyling. I have no facts behind this. But for some reason, it felt orchestrated. It wasn't something that just happened. And what this game means right now is big brother and little brother. And they're battling to see who's big brother, little brother. And no one will go on record and say, yes, this is what this means. But Nasir Gaines loves St. Peter's Prep. He's had 2 kids go to St. Peter's Prep, 1 graduate. He's brought numerous kids there, and his sister that he loves to death, she's currently there. Mikey, I don't know if you're on the line, but you're definitely going to hear this here. So they're definitely, like you say, on both sides of the aisle, and this game means every goddamn thing. Man, please don't bleach that part out. This means everything. Okay, it's almost Ohio State, Michigan. Everybody, y'all gotta come out with a shirt or something, please. Brownstones to the projects. I don't know.
Yo.
All right, so my question is now, give me a score prediction.
Oh, it's gonna be ugly.
Give us some.
How do you quantify ugly? Okay. Okay, so the second half, Prep is gonna take it. Hey, we need to develop kids, and they're gonna put some of the kids in there that they're gonna probably need deep in the fall. 44-14.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Tailgate's gonna be, unbelievable, right? Like I said, the game's not to 7:30, right? And with this contest, it's almost like having a real. It's not like what we do, a real production. Yeah, game time say 7:30, but after we add all the bells and whistles and do what we do, we like college football. They put 7 p.m. in there, but then you like, dang, kickoff ain't to 7:12, like a random time. So Like I said, take your time getting the king. Kickoff probably gonna be like 7:41.
Okay.
Tailgate gonna be nice. A lot
I
of
was
nice
about to say,
barbecue
this one
out
got
there.
The fried turkey wings
We
and all that,
have
right?
we will have some
All
food
right.
truck vendors out there,
Nice.
right? And we will make a shirt, right? We will have the
I was just saying, we need some
we-
merch.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure. And shout out to everyone that supported our merch this weekend. We sold out of our Lamar McKnight custom shirts that we did limited, and for everyone that's asking for some of the other sizes that we didn't have.
Hold on, guys. We hot. I think we got Nas called.
What?
Let
Nas?
me see.
Nas
Hold
told me
on.
to call him.
Uh-oh.
Is he called? Okay.
Keep it a buck. You live and keep it a
Oh,
buck.
God, Lenny, I got him.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Coach Nas.
I was waiting for you to finish to call him.
Coach Nas, you there?
Coach Nas.
Yeah, Nas acting real funny, real
I
different
don't know.
right
He told me to call him.
Coach Hansen calling in 10 minutes.
And Coach Hansen is
Oh, there
Coach,
he is.
Coach Nas. So you live on Keep It a Buck. We just had who are heavy St. Peter's fans and supporters.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much they gave a statement on why they think this game matters and what they think would be the score. Both, without speaking to each other, expect this game to St. Peter's to put up 44 points light and respectfully early in the game and get some guys some experience. And they feel like this game is very important to them because of the way you carried on a few years back. And they can't prove it, but they believe that a lot of their inventory fell out the back door was orchestrated by you. What do you have to say, Nas?
I don't know if they try to use that as like motivation to, pump the kids up or give extra stuff to it. God bless America, man. And as far as like all the scores and all that stuff, football that's just got to be played, man. Salute to the guys, salute to the kids, because you got to remember at the end of the day, it's like, if I never allowed Keith Miles or Mikey, like, to be a part of, like, think about it, they wasn't Brick City, right? Then the St. Peter's and none of them would even know them to even have the kids they have today.
So this game to you is about getting your inventory back.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to happen regardless.
How excited are the kids for this game?
It's just another game, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the next game on the schedule. Like, it all go back to, like, Little League football. It's like, this reminds me of, like, a regional game. Like, you just, like, regionals getting ready to go to nationals. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. I mean, I'm a youth coach, remember?
Nah, that's your politically correct answer. Come on, you're killing me.
I'm just saying,
Nas, I respect what I see. I see an evolution. I was gonna wait till you hang up to say it, but I see an evolution, like I said earlier, in Nas, and I know what everybody wants.
Nas.
No, I know what everybody wants from Nas, but he's doing the right thing. As a coach, as a head coach, Nas is now a head coach of a football team. He's doing the right thing.
High school football team.
A high school football team, right? So previously, and I don't know where he's playing chess. Nas is probably known from before playing checkers and he wins. That's what he does. He knows how to win. There's a time and place that's why students have public speaking. That's why most coaches have public speaking. Before it was just like it was backyard football. I know what you want, but he's doing the right thing. I salute him. I see an evolution. I see growth. Do what you do. Somebody else, he gotta just get us some other Shabazz people so they can call and talk. That's what we need. He's doing the right thing.
It's funny we want to grow when your ass is on the line.
Well, hey,
when your ass wasn't on the line, it was nothing about growth.
But I think that he's the head coach now.
Okay.
Yeah. So he has to do the right thing. He has to be politically correct. Before there was no one, he can just do what he wants to do. I respect it. Go out there and he don't have any words. Go if you can do it, go out there and do it.
So what we're gonna try to do, we're gonna try to bring out a live later on in the week, man, where we can get Coach Hansen and Coach Nas on live and we can discuss this game.
I don't know. The approach that Nas is taking, that might not be as fun as we expect it to be.
Yeah, there was a time, right?
But I don't know. Let's see.
Maybe we get the energy out of Hansen.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Maybe Hansen.
He's not gonna be able to help himself because
Right.
Hansen's gonna pull it out.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this. That's right down the street for me. So I'll definitely try my best to be there. So DePaul and Archbishop Stepanek, I mean, I know born in New York, raised in New Jersey, but at the end of the day, it's Big North Jersey all day for me. So I'll tell y'all for all the next ones, I'm going DePaul, Joes, and Bosco.
I'm going DePaul, Joes, and Bosco as well. But we know there's usually something freaky happens.
They got some.
I want to warn. Even though I know everybody's focused on winning. I want to warn Bosco because St. Anthony's has been preparing for this as their Super Bowl. I sent Makai Allen, a DM of, one of the main captains of St. Anthony's in the summer, like springtime, being interviewed. And this was all they had.
They have a Makai Allen?
No, I sent to Makai Allen at Bosco.
Okay.
One of the St. Anthony's kids this spring did an interview at captains, Division I recruit, and this Bosco game was circled. So, what could happen at times is we might not take it as serious as they do. And sometimes you don't have enough room for error to not take it as serious. And we saw that one year
with Joe's. Yeah. And Bosco, I need you to do this for me. My family. Speaking of family, my family are in Long Island, and I have a cousin that's.
I was surprised
that's 10 years old. That's bigger than me. Okay, like tall, height wise, and I'm not sure of measurements or weight wise. I'm trying to get him to Jersey at the Big North, and St. Anthony's will probably more than likely want him there. And if his mom could keep him in Long Island, that's what she would do. I need to prove that Jersey is where it's at. So Bosco, don't do your thing so I can be obnoxious like Lenny said.
Yeah, we had success, for the most part. I know DePaul didn't win this week, playing, those other teams, whether Maryland or going down to Florida, like that would be a disappointment, really. It would be a failure to the Big North after having a solid weekend, of course being on the road if they're not able to, beat these New York teams, because we talk about rankings all the time. Those teams nowhere compare to some of those opponents from this past weekend, but you just never could fall asleep.
All right. Well, now, unfortunately, to me, this is the second biggest game of the week, and it's Bergen-Winslow. I'm very excited to watch that game. What are you going? What you going with?
So coming into the season, I would have quickly Bergen. Let's move right along. Like totally disregard Winslow. I'm not going to disregard Winslow because I think they can scheme it up to make it interesting early on. And I think that, what I'm pretty sure we saw is that Bergen seems to always figure it out, right? Figure out where their advantage is and take advantage of that. Unlike IMG, who recruits from all over the country and kids are flying in up into the last moment, you'll have a lot of great athletes spread out, but they won't have the team camaraderie that like a Bergen would have. So I think that what Bergen lacks that IMG had in athletes, Bergen, has what IMG lacked in regards to team chemistry and coaching because of the team chemistry. So I'm going with Bergen on that game, but I would not be surprised if something freaky happened just because of the athletes Winslow have. Winslow showed that they know how to neutralize an aggressive, bigger D line, which is what Bergen will bring. And they've shown that they have some backers, right? And skill guys that can, stick with the Bosos and Brian Porters of the world, and they can tackle and corral Calhoun and Kane. But I'm just going with Bergen. It's the safe bet, and it's the program.
Yeah. 3 weeks or before the IMG game, like you said, I really wasn't interested in this game. You talk about Bergen versus Winslow. First thing that come to my mind is, of course Winslow has athletes, but we talk about the trenches, all right? I'm like, okay, this team Bergen by just running the ball could be easily 21 points better. But now after seeing what Winslow did with IMG, all right, and how they schemed up everything, put their athletes and players, in great positions, and then also see, them fight back as a team and play with a lot of energy. They're gonna be home. Hold on. Coach Hansen.
Yep.
But I do think Bergen
Bergen.
is going to win.
I think Bergen also,
Gotta
just by
set
the
up.
way.
Don't give too much away. We want to get him in. Yeah.
Coach,
What's going on?
Put it to the mic.
hey, so
Right.
I know you guys are preparing, for the next game after a long night last night. What does this game mean for you? And we don't keep it a buck. So, how important was it for you to play Shabazz? Like, how bad did you want that to happen? For sure.
I think the opportunity came up, and it was definitely something that was intriguing. Shabazz is one of the hottest publics, I should say. And so, we had a late opening, and it worked out, and we're super excited for the game.
Now, with the history, some people know over the last 2 years was, a few players, going and transferring over to Shabazz. You know, are you personally fired up for this game based off of, some of the personal things that's happened over the last 2 years?
It has nothing to do with kids, to be honest with you. We really haven't been back and forth on many kids, on the recruiting trail or anything like that. I think it's more I have a ton of respect for what Nas has built, both first with Brick City, but now with Shabazz as well. So I think we have a long relationship, and I have a lot of respect for him and the way he's been able to build those programs, and I think that's where the excitement comes from. And then there is a lot of familiarity, right, with a lot of our kids who know him personally and have grown up playing for him and in his program. So I think that's where kind of the connections really stem from.
No, absolutely. And now, Marauder Nation, I know it's gonna be packed. Like how excited, for this game to happen, on a college campus. It's gonna bring, what we do over at Zone 6. This weekend we had the water gun scenario, right? You don't know what's next with us. We might be, doing some things, with keep it a buck. Um, you know, what does this mean for your fan base personally? Like, how excited are your fan base for this game?
I mean, first and foremost, I think shout out to you and Zone 6 for everything that you guys do. I think for us to have an opportunity to play at Hinchcliffe, yesterday, and then Keene next week, those are two amazing venues to play a high school football game in, and then just the excitement around it and the promotion that you guys are able to put together. I think, everybody can get really excited about that and behind those types of games. I told our kids last week, I think, Hinchcliffe is one of the best, high school stadiums to play in, true high school stadium. And then being able to play at Keene again, it's those types of venues that are not so vast that you still feel the crowd, and it's still kind of tight, and there's a lot of energy. And I think that's really what, for me, that's what I look forward to. I think the kids really lean into that and just try to get them to enjoy the process there, and the experience of being able to play at those venues. And so yeah, I think there's a lot of there's the location's great because Newark and Jersey City are very close to each other, and then Keene's right there. So I think a lot of local people from both places, and again, there's a lot of mutual contacts and everything else. So I'm sure a lot of people come out and be excited for the game.
Very excited. Well,
Who you got, Lenny?
I got St. Peter's.
Just checking.
I got St. Peter's.
Tristan, who you got?
I got St. Peter's. I'm sorry, Daz.
And as y'all know, since Zone 6 is hosting, I do
Right.
not pick when we do any Zone 6 games, but I will do the promo right now. Do not miss out. It's a 7:30 kickoff, King University, right? We warmed up this weekend. We had a great opening weekend and, did it big with the Lamar McKnight. We had the water gun station, right? The video's going crazy, right, online right now. But this week coming up, and when we do our classic as we go, it just gets better and better. Coach, you've been there. We do fireworks. We've even had at one of our events zip line, but this one right here, we'll have the special merch, and we'll also keep everyone posted during the week of some of the things that we got going on. But we're gonna make this game special, and we're gonna make sure that the environment is where it needs to be, and make sure Hudson County, make sure Essex County, comes out, and make sure North Jersey comes out, because it is the biggest game in North Jersey without a doubt this week.
Absolutely. All right, so that's our game of the week.
Thank you,
so
Coach.
much, Coach. Let us know in the comments who you have. let us know why you have them, and we'll respond back with some of our take on what's going on. I will say that I am excited about this game. Very excited. Like Shabazz, I see you guys doing great. St. Peter's just has me thinking, like, I really do think they're going to move up on the list. They're looking good, and I'm excited to see what they pull out this year.
Well, I'm excited to see the band. I'm excited to see
That
the
too. Yes, it's going to be, at the same time, it's going to feel like a HBCU in there. Like,
No, absolutely.
all right. Well, that's another episode of Keep It a Buck.
Peace.